Is something going on?
Sounds like it. Kisara wants us all to meet at the castle entrance. Taking in the view again?
Yeah. Looking at the scenery helps take my mind off things.
Like what?
Being a maiden. Whether I really am a descendant of Naori. Those kinds of things.
So, are you mad at me?
For what?
I destroyed the Renaissance, right as you were about to get rid of your thorns forever.
Why did you destroy it?
When I saw it appear in front of me, it reminded me of what happened back on Lenegus. And the rest was... it was all just a blur. I'm sorry.
It must have been a pretty terrible memory. Besides, we don't know that the Renis Alma actually was destroyed. For all we know, it might have disappeared with that red woman.
If so, then why are you...
Don't. It's okay. You brought me back. You got me away from Volron. That's enough for now. Let's get going. We shouldn't keep everyone waiting.
Hey, Shion.
Don't!
Okay.
I'm sorry. But if you come any closer, you'll only end up getting hurt.
Because of your thorns, you mean? Trust me, I've endured...
No, that's not it. You don't understand, Never mind. Sorry, just forget I said anything, okay?
If it isn't your thorns, does that mean there's something else?
It's just... It's nothing, really, okay? So you can stop asking me.
Okay. In that case, I'll see you up ahead, okay? We're so high up. Misread the landing.
Oh, it's you two. I suppose that makes me the last one, then.
We better get a move on or else we'll never hear the end of it from Kisara.
Right you are. A month has passed since we vanquished Volron. I would have thought that the Renans on Lenegis would have made their move by now, yet they still remain as silent as ever. We have no idea what happened to Volron's body, nor its whereabouts. The Red Woman also has yet to reappear, for that matter. And contrary to what I had heard, when the Renis Alma formed, not 5, but 6 elements were present, with darkness constituting the 6th and final Master Core. Were either of you aware of this?
You mean about the Renis Alma? Of course not.
Same. I had no idea a Darkness Master Core even existed.
What about Shion's maiden powers?
No. That was the first I learned about that, too. Or anything about having that power.
Me too. I remember thinking the same thing.
What could it all mean, I wonder? There are so many questions with too few answers, particularly when it comes to that Red Woman and her abilities.
Were it any other ability that used astral energy, I'd say it was an astral art. But hers was different.
Speaking of astral energy, we also mustn't forget that while the other Master Cores disappeared when forming the Renis Alma, for some reason the Fire Master Core remained. It may well have been the work of your maidenly powers. Alphen, are you still able to wield the blazing sword as before?
For now, at least. That Renis Alma sucked most of the energy out of the Fire Master Core, but it still has enough for me to use the sword.
And the sword is safe inside of me for the time being.
Good. At least that's one thing we needn't concern ourselves over.
You can say that again. We have more than enough to deal with as it is. Let's go.
Hey, wait up!
I heard we are all to meet at the castle entrance.
This is Ganya, who has a problem he needs help with. I was just...
All right, then.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry?
I did.
Are they not a...
No.
Then what's the...
Alphen...
Oh, so you have your rations, and it's enough food, but there's still something wrong with them. What is it exactly?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I got that.
Do your rations take...
I don't know.
What's that?
I haven't eaten them.
Wait, if you're not
Bringing them into the...
What? Why? Wait,
Everyone in my group is doing it. I don't know who told us to do it.
I'm guessing none of us told them to do it.
I was afraid that something... The people in this capital are slowly regaining their own wills.
Are you saying someone who got their will back sooner might be taking...
Definitely. This is something we...
It seems like the people here still tend to blindly follow any orders they're given.
It's a reflex that was quite literally beaten into them. Undoing it will take some time.
I know it's not their fault they're like that, but it's still irritating to deal with.
Hey, remind me, just what exactly are we all doing here?
What do you mean? We're helping people, aren't we?
Could have fooled me. Lately it feels like everything we're doing ends up half-baked. We liberated the people of Pelagian, but their hearts and minds are no less under the yoke than the day we found them. As for Volron's cronies, we have no idea where they scampered off to.
You think I don't already know all that? We're doing everything we can, aren't we? We didn't choose to get stuck here. Sometimes you have to play the hand you're dealt. Besides, you've seen all the same things I have. You know as well as I do that deposing the lords alone won't solve all the world's problems.
Rinwell's right. We've gotten this far, haven't we? We can't just leave things unfinished now.
I guess? I mean, I didn't think we'd be singing around the campfire as soon as the wall came down, but still.
The fight isn't over just yet. At least not while Lenegis remains a threat.
I'm just sick of all this waiting. If they're gonna invade, why don't they get a move on already?
Stop that! Don't you think we've got enough problems as it is without you tempting fate? Spot something?
Oh, no. Just wondering if I could see any armored guards.
Armored guards? You mean Volron's soldiers?
The moment we defeated their lord, all those guys bolted out of there. And not just out of the castle either. The city, too. For better or worse, it was the guards who looked after the city's Danans. Without them, making Pelegion half-habitable again has been one big headache.
It's not like they were on their last legs. They could have chosen to stay and fight, but instead they ran away and disappeared without a trace.
But without a lord to follow, they can't have any place to go. Unless... You don't think they went to Lenegis, do you?
It's not completely out of the question. Though I'd say it's more likely they're biding their time somewhere, just waiting for the perfect moment to strike back at us.
The people here in Pelegion are nowhere near ready to defend themselves. Great. Another headache to worry about. Is it just me, or was today's dinner a little low on salt?
I felt that it was seasoned perfectly, so as to bring out the flavor of the ingredients.
Last taste buds are still like a kid's, so if his food isn't rich enough, I bet he doesn't feel like he's eaten anything at all.
Don't make fun of me! We all need salt in order to survive!
He has a point. You do lose stamina if you don't get enough salt in your body.
Yeah, I remember seeing people trying to lick the rocks back in Calaglia.
What? Why would anybody do that?
Sometimes you can find rocks out there that taste salty. They used to say it was because of all the tears we slaves shed.
Most likely, that was actually rock salt that they found. When our provisions ran low, Miguel would often bring some back for us to use. At the time, we used it because it's all we had. But now there's something hearty about rock salt I like. Even more than table salt.
Is it possible, perhaps, to find any rock salt in these parts?
It is. You have to know what you're looking for, but when I find any, I always break some up to refill our supply. The flavor even changes depending on what kind of terrain it comes from. Sometimes I end up collecting more than we need, just in case we like it.
Wow, Kisara's really serious about her salt.
You can always count on Kisara to be earnest. That's why we have to do our part and not add any more to her burden.
Search through this whole castle?
Oh, quit grumbling. This sort of stuff's old hat for us by now.
Yeah. You've got a point, but...
It's not going to take forever, Law, I promise. Let's just do what we came here to do and get out.
Very well.
Well,
Hey,
Pardon me.
What the hell? Do these guys not realize who we are?
doesn't seem that way. You must think we're just damned from the town.
whatever's going on, these are Bull Run soldiers. Watch yourself.
In a bind?
I'm only getting started.
Take this! On your...
Lightning condemned!
Here I come! Everyone save me! Dragon Form! Resonate with the earth! Try this! Dragon Form!
Ready to go! Will this help?
Dragon Form!
This Lightning Thrust!
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry.
Negative gate!
Precision timing. All a perfect 10.
That's it? Nothing else to add?
You take meticulous care of your fire.
Now!
Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
Yeah.
Hey.
You don't say.
Well...
Well?
How?
Oh, wow!
So then,
I can't believe how quickly you got all those soldiers to obey you, Dohalim.
actually, they were abiding Renin hierarchy. Not me personally.
Well, either way, it solved the problem, and that's what kept...
I don't sense any more enemies.
I've talked to the soldiers and made it clear that they are to remain in line. Things should stay calm for the time being.
I know Renans tend to take authority extremely seriously, but you sure know how to throw your weight around as a former lord.
I only managed to get through to them because Volron's curse is lifting, but not to the extent that they can act independently as of yet. Considering we had other matters to attend to for the past month, We should consider ourselves lucky that nothing occurred during our absence.
But if they do start operating independently again, that's going to cause a whole new set of problems to deal with.
Indeed. Ganeth Heros is unlike Menancia. Without intervention, they'll likely revert to oppressing the Danans as they were doing before.
Meaning there's still a lot of work to be done in this realm. Not that there aren't problems among the Danans, too.
Yes. There was no way to avoid the deep-seated conflicts that had festered here. But I just hate that we had to use your position as a lord to solve the situation, Dohalim.
Had I not intervened, yet more blood would have spilled here, and nobody wishes for that.
So, what's going to happen to the Renans here now?
Why do you ask?
We've stripped the soldiers of their armor and locked them up. They can't hurt you guys anymore. I promise.
So they're alive? They're not going to die?
What?
Those people deceived us. They did terrible, terrible things to us. They made us suffer. Long before you guys came along. For years and years and years. It was constant. Never stopped. Not even for a day. Why do they get to live after so many of us have died?
I know how you feel, Ganya. I used to be a slave, and I hated the Renans just like you. I took up the blazing sword to bring them down. But along the way, I've met many people and seen many things. People refusing the hand life dealt them. People who have lost loved ones, but are still trying to make this world a better place. People driven by hate who stopped before it was too late. And those who couldn't and paid with their lives. And I fought plenty of people who were all too happy to make others suffer. Believe me. But after a while, I came to realize that it's not the Renans who are our...
Then what the hell are we fighting if it's not them?
We're fighting against anyone who tries to take what doesn't belong to them.
But that's what these Renans are doing. How is that any different?
Because I judge everyone by their own actions. That goes for Danans too. Because at the end of the day, at the root of all evils committed is an individual who committed them.
You're right, Alphen. It seems like people are either blaming an entire race for one individual's sins, but all that does is add more hate in a world that's already full of it. I want to help create a society where people can finally stop suffering and move beyond their pain.
All right. Have it your way. I can't argue with the folks that helped us get back our ability to think and speak.
Is that to say you trust...
I don't trust the Renans as far as I can throw them. I trust you guys because of who you are and what you've done.
Fair enough.
Glad that work's taken care of.
I don't think we're done just yet. I want... you all to stick around a little longer. There might still be people who need our help.
When you think about it, thinking for yourself can be a heavy responsibility at times.
Yeah, it's not like your mind will only ever think about good, happy things for one.
Maybe so. But I'll still take that burden over living life as a puppet serving others. That's why I want to do everything I can to help these people.
Where are you going?
Since when?
No way! All right. Having to inform a mother her son died isn't an easy thing to do.
But if not us, then who? That's why we have to find her.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Sorry.
Yes.
Ugh. All right.
How can she think of putting her son to rest as work?
Because that's the way people were made to think about every aspect of their lives.
I know she doesn't mean anything bad by it. I know that, but
It looks like she went out of town to take care of her son's body.
That's a little concerning. There's Zoogles roaming around out there. We should follow after her.
I feel like somebody's watching us.
Maybe there's someone around here who needs our help.
well... Hey! Got it!
Huh?
I think there's someone in trouble here.
Well, let's see what they...
Huh?
Well... huh? Got it! Boomy! Boomy!
Heck? Are you stuck on that too?
No, really.
Oh, hey!
Seriously?
Well...
Well...
Huh? Huh?
That's... yeah. Law.
Yeah!
Oh?
All right! I wasn't expecting to thank you for that.
Maybe socializing with people is helping to jog his memory bit by bit. You did good, Law.
Thanks.
I wonder what we'll find out there this time.
Most likely Zoogles, I would reckon.
I mean, other than them.
Yes.
What?
I'm sorry.
Rin. Good.
Right.
That little speech you gave back there was pretty impressive, Alphen.
Something's eating at you again, huh?
I don't know if I would say that. I mean... Actually, I guess I do have one or two things on my mind. My people, we lived in hiding, so we never really experienced the full extent of Renan oppression. Not directly, anyway. After Almadria killed my mother and father, though, I guess that's when I started hating them so much. The Renans, I mean. But then I think of all those people who were born into slavery. The ones who never even got angry in the first place because it was all they ever knew.
I hear you. Every city we've been to, it's the resistance that gets labeled the troublemakers for having the guts to do the right thing.
When it comes down to it, sometimes I wonder which of us really has the better way.
You can't let your anger eat away at you, Rinwell. But then again, losing your parents that way... Hell, who could really blame you for it if you did? I guess what I'm trying to say is... sorry. Hell, it's hard putting this stuff into words.
No, I get it. You're saying that grief and anger are different than hatred. I never thought of it like that. But hearing you say it, it makes sense. Thanks, La.
You're welcome?
Is the blazing sword okay?
A little water's not going to hurt it.
You can tell it's tough just looking at it.
Yeah, it probably...
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
You're finished!
It's a duel of the arts!
Be still! Take this! Come one, come all! You got fire!
I've got the let him mark crazy! You'll soon see about that!
All yours! Mirage!
Lightning orb! Illuminate
In a
the
bind?
sun! Come forth! Holy glimmer ray!
You picked the wrong
Holy
fight!
lance!
Crescent flash! Dazzle!
Spirit flame!
Take this!
Mighty blackened blade! Burning strike! Far enough! Raging
Be still!
storm!
You're finished!
Celestial hammer!
Take this!
Downfall!
It's over!
It looks like you got this one covered! Right! Into the shadows!
Not so fast! Lightning rupture!
Light after
Lightning thrust!
Lightning can
Now,
shut out
while
my
it's
rock.
reeling!
Take it down!
Huh?
Lightning
Mirage!
orb!
Air pressure! be let free!
Shattering orb! Pieces! Attack time! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Thank you.
Mega ray!
Here I come!
Photon blast! Illuminate the dark!
Flaming thrust!
Nothing gets by me!
Take this!
Mega ray!
Far enough!
Flame! I won't stop that! Mega ray!
Rising light!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Primed and ready!
Lightning! I never miss!
Here I come!
Dance in the wind! Lightning! Air thrust! Lightning! Not on my watch! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning thrust! One last one!
Fluidity of your movement.
Hard zero blade! I'm all done up!
Demon Fang! On the ground!
Mega ray! You like to handle this? Here goes! Let me help!
Destruction!
First aid!
Your deck.
Screaming storm!
Swirl blade!
Rising
Rising light!
Bullseye!
Rising
Just
light!
getting started! I'm on
Leave the
the
charges to me! Far enough!
Hurricane
Here
Easter!
goes! Don't mind if I do!
Elusive deity! Eagle ray!
Hard malevolence!
Begin!
Arcane fireball!
Double Demon Fang!
No further!
One more time!
Destruction! Eternal
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer! Holy land!
Eagle ray!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer!
Resonate
Holy
with the
land!
earth! Stalagmite! Take this! Blood! Raising you apart!
Bullseye!
Where are you going?
Not in your dream! Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer! Holy land! One more time! Here goes! Here's another illuminate the dark! Hear me! Holy land! Illuminate blah blah blah! It's weakened!
This ends now!
Holy land! Illuminate the dark! Come forth!
Nothing gets by me! Far enough!
Rising Wyvern!
Demon land!
We got him on the run!
Don't get cocky!
Where are you
Right.
going?
Bullseye!
Still anyone's fight.
Hold on to your art! Here I come!
Elusive deity!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! I can do this all day! Here! Flame of fury! One more!
Easter!
No further! Forgive me. This is my... I can carve through armor! Don't get carried away!
Holy land!
Precipitation!
Will this help? Here
Double
goes!
Demon Fang!
Green bathed in blood.
Thanks, Sheila.
Careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Here!
Nothing gets by me!
Raging
Denied!
storm!
I'm not done!
Let me know where that came from! First aid!
Some punishment?
Stay away from my friends! Lightning
Dance in
thrust!
the wind!
Here I come!
Blood.
Start out!
Air thrust! Photon blast! Thunderblade! Illuminate the dark! Holy land!
Be still! Here I come!
Shattering light. Pieces! Attack time! Heal!
Now!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Here, let me help. First aid! What would I do?
I can feel my power growing!
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Whew! I think Hoodle senses something. Yeah,